Hi, everybody. Get you situated here. Hi. I just wanted to say that I am sorry for coming in a little bit late tonight, but I welcome everyone who is on their way and who will be here and who is here, who's watching the rerun, the replay. I welcome you to chat. This is Wanda's Work Basket for all things creative and crafty with a little bit of inspiration mixed in. So, I'm going to show you today some of the things I've been working up, some how to videos on. I have been working on some Easter crafts. Hi, Debbie, glad to see you. Debbie just popped in. I've been working on some Easter crafts with my spare drills, and I'm hoping to show everyone those tonight. And basically, it's dollar store stuff painted and spare drills. Here's one of them. And this one has a little tea candle in the back that you pop it open and put it on. And this one's the purple one. I'm doing, hi, Dawn, glad to see ya. Dawn and Debbie. Sorry, I'm here a little late tonight. I had trouble with booting up my computer, and then it told me that I needed to upgrade, and I don't want to upgrade, and I certainly didn't want to do it right before the chat. And so basically, I told it no. And I had to get it to stop and reboot and all this other kind of crazy stuff before I could get in tonight. So I am sorry that I'm a bit late. Um, but I'm glad you're here. What are you guys working on tonight? Did you bring your goodies? Did you bring your favorite drink tonight? I'm going to be working on my craft. Let me see if I can move it over here. Okay. I'm going to be trying to put the blue ones around here now. It's a different kind of cross, but it's the same type of thing. Not working on anything yet, Debbie? Okay. Whatever you want to do tonight. Did I block that hole up with paint? I sure did. Paint and glue kind of like to take over sometimes. I painted them yesterday and believed they were dry enough to use tonight. Oops. Didn't I glue underneath that one? Oh. Lukewarm. Oh, passion tea. Okay, you did your canvas during the day. That's fun. You can probably see better during the day. I neglected to glue this one down. Did I glue everything else down? Whoops. There's one. Where did you come off of? I don't see an extra one. Oh, yes, I do. Now I see the extra one. There we go. Basically, what I'm doing is taking dollar store woodcuts, and now I'm gluing down some extra spare drills that I have just lying around from projects, and I'm going to give them away as Easter presents this year. Basically, that's what I'm doing. I did get the mini masterpiece done from last week, and it is Marilyn Monroe. Came out really pretty. Came out really pretty. Well, I like these because they have a tea light in the back of them, and I just dropped something else off of this. Where did it fly off of? Right there. Okay. It's good to know now. I'd rather them fly off now while I'm still working on them. Yeah, she turned out pretty, didn't she? Yeah, I like it. I did a couple other things I'll show a bit later that I wasn't too happy with. Something I liked and something I really didn't like. Just came out trashy. So I'll show you that a bit later. But I have another one I'm doing, another Easter craft I am doing a how-to on that are, those crafts are waiting to get polyurethanes. So until they're done, I'm not going to show them. It's much along the same lines. But I have little bird houses I'm doing, and butterflies and ladybugs. And I have these. These came out too. It just says blessed. And I have one that says family. And I'm going to put gems on these too. So that's what I'm working on. Um, I started using the glue. It's E6000 gel. And I have it bent this way so that most of whatever is left in here can get squeezed toward the end without me having to, ugh, without having to squeeze the life out of my hands at the same time. It is sticky. It does not smell. This stuff doesn't. The gel doesn't. And it's kind of rubbery. It dries a little rubbery. It's fantastic. The 6000 glue is fantastic. And the B7000 is good too. I really like it. But in the other form, it's not all that thick gel. That thick gel doesn't smell. The regular form, I'll show you. In the silver tube, that stinks. And I use a number of different things to glue things on. Right now, I'm trying the dollar store craft gel glue. So I'm going to see if that holds up underneath the polyurethaning and stuff, because I can get a pin size hole in it and just use that, and it doesn't get everywhere. Hi, Teresa. Glad you joined us. Glad you're here. I just showed everybody what I'm doing. I'm making Easter crafts out of dollar store stuff. And there's a tea light in there. But I'm using extra drills. I painted these things white and I put extra drills on them. And I'm coming up with a tutorial to do some of these. And I'm going to be working on the blessed tonight too. Finishing the crosses and working on the blessed. And this is our Marilyn Monroe from the Paint Gems Masterpieces from last week. How are you, Teresa? How are you doing? Are you working on something tonight? Or are you just hanging out? I don't really know how I'm going to be placing these. I'm just going to see if I can place the little ones in here now. I'm afraid if I don't put enough of this down, it isn't going to stay. And I'm using my wax pencil too, because it's perfect for this. Just finished Space for Reflection. Oh, nice. So you're de-kitting. You're kitting down tonight. Very good. That's one thing I hesitate to do, kitting back down. Just don't enjoy that process as much. Some people have a problem kitting up, but I have a problem kitting down. Yeah. So this week has been very moderate temperature. I hope it's been nice for everyone else. Somebody doing a chuck along? Oh, okay. The Space for Reflection. Yeah. But okay, you had started it before. It wasn't just this Chuckalonga's March. You did it not just in 3 or 4 days, right? Or you're Speedy Gonzalez here. That would really been fast. Started March 1st. Really? It's only March 7th. Wow, I'm impressed, Teresa. Holy cow. I've never done a chuck in 7 days. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, Tammy. I'm glad you're here. I am sorry that I am was late today. Uh, I was just explaining in the beginning that my computer decided that it wanted to ask me why I wasn't interested in the Windows 11 update, and it kept trying to sell me on it, and it wouldn't let me back out of it. So I had to reboot, and then it went haywire a little bit, and then I had to tell it, no, I want to keep Windows 10, leave me alone. So then it finally left me alone and let me get into the chat. And I apologize for not having the invitation window up for a day. I thought about it twice yesterday, but it just slipped my mind, and I apologize for that. Yeah, that's because I didn't put that thing up. Oh, it's only 29 by 21. Only. That's inches, not centimeters. Tammy, that's still a nice size painting, and I know Chuck has a lot of confetti in his pieces that are make the whole thing beautiful, but they're a lot of work too. So yeah, I'm doing this for Easter presents for my family, and it's very budget minded, which is how I roll these days. I'm starting one for Diamond Grandma's Forest Friends. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I think I'm going to do um, the Strong Women 2023. I'll show you in a minute what I was doing. Two other things I finished this week. One I was not very happy with. The one with the raccoon partially hidden in the tree. Oh, yes. I love that one. I thought that was an Abraham Hunter. I, and now I'm wrong. I stand corrected. 70 by 89 centimeters. Just started last month. Well, which one? Okay. Yeah, I want to save my big one for April the um, when they start the Josephine Wall challenge. I wanted to start one of my big Deutschlands for that. Thought about what I okay. All right, that's all right, Tammy. That's all right, Tammy. No problem. It's not that hard, really. Actually you just kick people off that are not abiding by the rules. Basically, you do nothing but diamond paint on weekends. Well, added sparklers. and it adds time. Yeah, it does. It does add time. Speaking of sparklers, I got this one done, and I'm going to put up a video this week on all the ins and outs of doing this, so I hope you can catch that sometime. I love the what does she call them? The slivers in here. They're so beautiful, and the quads. I've got to get me some quads. No, you don't have to find links and add them. You just have to, if somebody sends a link in, you just have to like approve it or disapprove it, and um, and then kick people out that are not behaving. That's all, really. And it says then that there's a moderator on there so that they allow different things or something on there. I don't know, but yeah, this was from Tima, and I contacted Tima, and she is giving, when at the end of the video on this one that I'm putting up this week, she gave me a discount code to share with y'all. So when you get to the end of the video, then look for that discount code. I believe it's a 10% off code. I am so happy about that. Another one that I did this week that I really like is this one. This is from One Day Savings. And this was kind of like a gray white, but I put the white ABs in the flowers. So I did that one this week. I'm doing a couple small ones in between the big ones. Oh, you've already ordered from her? I do too. I did too. I send in another order too. This is the one I don't, thank you, Debbie. This is the one I don't like so much. Let me move this over before I love the Princess and the Pea. I got this from One Day Savings as well. Okay, Tammy, I'll let you know. Um, I'll let you know how to do it. I have to read the how-to thing, and I want to be sure that's the way it goes, and then I'll let you know this week, okay? I love the Princess and the Pea. I imagine these are the peas down here. But everywhere else, see all these stray drills, like the stray browns? I don't like that. And her face is gray like her dress. I added sparkles in the moon and the stars, but it didn't it feels muddy to me. It feels like there are a lot of these green pea-sized things everywhere. They should be the only two ones that are green, that are that light green here. I think, because that would pick them out really well. So I'm going to order another one of these. I'm going to do it in my own colors and see how it works, because I don't like, instead of shading here, I would make it more cartoony. They don't render them, is what I'm saying. One Day Savings is one of the cheaper companies, which is fine. But this is exactly, other than the sparkles, this is exactly how they had it. And I'm not happy. So I'm going to order it again and pitch their drills, and I'm going to put my own colors in here and do my own mattresses. When I was a little girl, I used to have a hard time falling asleep. And what I would do, oh, you added red pearls to your flowers on the diamond painting. Great. Oh, very good. Uh, I used to have a hard time falling asleep. And I used to do this imagination thing and pretend I was a princess or whatever, and nobody knew I was a princess. I got caught out in the rain and I fell asleep by a tree, and my Prince Charming would come along and pick me up and carry me off into his castle and put me to bed and warm me up with a cup of tea, of course. And his mother didn't like me. And, the whole rigmarole you think about when you're a little girl, right? And that that she was testing me to see if I was a real princess, much like the Princess and the Pea story. by putting something under the mattress to see if I could feel it. Now, I was on a bunk bed, the top of a bunk bed at the time. So I really was up high, like a whole pile of mattresses would be underneath me. So it was kind of fun to pretend. So this Princess and the Pea is special to me. And I was hoping so much that it would come out pretty. And this sucks. This really, really sucks. So I'm going to do my own colors on it. I'm going to ignore theirs and do my own colors. So, and do a nice crisp lines in between things. Make it more like it was colored in a coloring book. Yep. Okay, so that's that. That's what I wanted to show you tonight and what I'm working on. I wish I could like zoom in or something like that, but I don't have haven't figured out how to do that on this. I have these too. I painted these so I can you can put a picture in them. You know, they're to put a picture in. I have two of these I have to do. Yes, you're right, Teresa. It doesn't look good to me because I imagine it much different. I do that for sure. And I have a lighthouse that would have the tea light in it that I want to paint the bottom brown and this gray. And then I'll put all the drills around it. I just need a different color on it. I have ladybugs and fairies and angels and doves and butterflies to do too. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with my extra drills and hopefully use up a bunch. I'm very sure that I have so many drills that it won't even make a dent in my stash, like I'm hoping it will. But that's that. Yeah, I've been imagining that since I was a little girl, so I'm going to make it like a coloring book one. And I'll see if one day savings can give me a percent off charge for you guys too. Since I'm promoting them. Which mystery kit? Do you know the number of the mystery kit? When was it on sale? Did I miss it this week? I didn't see any on sale on Saturday. Oh, the mystery box? No, I didn't. I have too many of them that I love that I want to do. I didn't want to buy something that I might just have to give away later anyway and store. Oh my goodness. I don't have any room left. They emailed 4 people for $70. What do you mean? Hey, Deb, glad to see you sneak in here. Hello, Miss Cajun. I saw the one of your videos this week. I'm keeping tabs on you. Yeah, me too, Teresa. There's too many I don't like to go for the mystery box right now, too. I have so many of beautiful ones that I've picked out that I need and want and love to do that I don't need a mystery box yet. I know they're probably from years ago with the old kits, and it's my assumption that it's stuff that didn't sell well to begin with, which actually, those are the ones I like the best, but I have my sneak peek already for April, but I can't share anything with you yet. But I like it. I can say that. The email that I got said they are moving to Texas. They're moving their warehouse from New Jersey to Texas. Not their headquarters is still in LA. They're not moving that. They're just moving their warehouse. I'm glad the company is doing so well that they can do that, that they need more room. It's comforting to know that. I just wish I could get into film things they promised to let me do one time. I know, I would get an order in 2 or 3 days too. Now they have to send them out a little sooner to get back to Pennsylvania. Well, no matter what, some people are going to be upset. No matter what they do, they're not going to please everybody. So I'm sure they'll get them to us in a reasonable amount of time because they know how much we once we order them, we want them like right away, almost as if we had a replicator here that we'd rather have the Enterprise replicator here and get them immediately, right? At least that's the way I feel sometimes. If Dak would have done the mystery boxes, my genre, I would have went for it. Yeah, I bought Springtime Splendor and Cupboard Kittens from Dak. Can't wait. See, exactly. They were cute. I debated on the kittens. I did, but I kept saying I cannot put any more boxes in my house. I'm about to get to go through and do some destashing again, but I can't mail them like I did the last time. I have to go up on a destash site and see if I can. It takes 2 weeks for you in Oregon. Well, hopefully, Debbie, it won't take that long now that they're moving the warehouse. I don't know how that's going to work out. That really sucks. I mean, you can get stuff from overseas in 3 weeks. Do you live out in a remote place in Oregon? Of course, you don't have to be in Oregon to wait that long to in a remote place to wait that long because we had UPS drivers or FedEx drivers. I'm sorry, FedEx drivers that would drop my stuff off at a neighbor's house and in a neighboring town that started with the letter T, like mine does, um, at a completely different address, same road, different town with the letter T on it, about 6 miles up the road. And if that gal would not have looked for me on Facebook, I would not have gotten three of my packages, 3 different day deliveries. That was last year. And it really upset me. I had words with them and everything, and not that mattered at all. But now they just like leaving them out in the rain. That's their new fun thing. FedEx is the worst. You ordered your J-Wall, so you're on no buy again. Where did you order your J-Wall from? No, you live right on Interstate 5. Well, then there's no reason for them not to get it to you. There were bad storms in some of the states last week. That's true. That delayed some of the packages. That is very true. That I can understand. And some of the carriers just don't care. They just don't care. live 5 miles from Donnie. That's so cool. I watched some of hers too. I don't know what to tell you, Deb. It's frustrating for sure. Very frustrating. Instead of watching YouTubes together tonight, my husband turned on, um, he put on some music that he like pre-programmed in. He made me a, um, what did they used to call them? When you make, when you, oh, mix track, I think. That's what they call them. Oh, the one and only Diamond Art. Absolutely. I think that's their name. You mean DAC? I gotcha. UPS drivers leave our packages at the post office. Mine does too now, in a neighboring town, and then our post office in our little podunk town holds it for us. Yes, mine, I have a box up in my little podunk town um, post office, and sometimes I can even put the address of the post office on it, and UPS or whomever will deliver it there. And then it'll be in my mailbox. The little key will be in my mailbox shortly thereafter. We only have like a couple hundred mailboxes, so it's easy for them to get to know all of us in our little town, which is fun. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put more drills. Now, why didn't that stick down? I guess it didn't get any goo. Come on. Come on. No worries, I'm not in a hurry at all. I'm working on several right now anyway. Are you doing any for challenges, Deb? We're talking about the challenges we're entering. I'm doing the women one, the strong women one right now. I haven't really like hashtagged or anything, but right now I'm just working alongside of that theme because I have so many nice little ones I want to do. I have one that has Joan of Arc on it with a really neat saying. So I'm going to be doing that one this week. Oh, it's a company in Australia. Okay. Thank you, Tammy. That's the smell in Australia? I write our physical address and put a comma and put box. Yeah, I have put a box number on it too. What was the question? I went to the restroom and I heard my name. Oh, that's all right. No big deal. I was just wondering, Deb, if you were Cajun, if you were doing the ones you said you were doing several different ones now. Are you doing them for a challenge, or are you doing them just for fun at the moment? Tammy's doing, yeah, Chuck Pinson and Jay Wall in April. I am doing Jay Wall in April too, and I'm going to do that one seriously because I cannot wait to get to um, my Deutschland and get busy on a big one again. I'm looking forward to that. But in March, I am just doing diamond paintings with women on them. The women challenge, but not really the women challenge. Yeah, the one with the diamond painting grandmas. Okay, cool. You're currently loving Rhinestone Goddess Creations. I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh, I have to go find out. I have to find that out right now. Where are they based, Debbie? Rhinestone Goddess Creations. And is it an Etsy shop or do they have their own website? Yeah, I do too, Teresa. I love the masters. You're doing honeysuckle, Tammy said. Cool. I definitely have to check this out. Rhinestone Goddess Creations. You have one of hers. Her name is Lauren. Let me write that down because I'm going to forget. Let me write that down. Rhinestone Goddess Creations. Thank you. I love it when you guys give me something new here. Now listen to me. I just complained about having too much, and now I just go say, "Oh, I got to check something else out." Silly me. I am serious about destashing now. Your canvas is soft. I have a review on my channel. I will go see that before I check out the company, Deb. I will go look at that first. I did catch you guys in what live was I in this week that I just was lurking, and I saw Tammy and Cage in there. Who was I? I was watching and lurking and watching. Um, the other live. Oh shoot, and I can't think of the name of it right now. That's pretty bad. Enablers. Yes, we are enablers. Amazing canvases and artwork. The company is Australia and it's Port Glue. Good, very good. I don't think it. Maybe. Um, that's a good question. I don't know. I have to look it up again. I don't think it was Mindy's. No, it wasn't Mindy's. Principal painter. That might be. Let's see. It was. Would it have been um, Friday night? Maybe. Could it have been Friday night? It would have been Friday night. No, it wasn't Mrs. Coffee. Marita is a blast. Need to laugh? Watch her. I will. I will. No, Mrs. Coffee dissed me once, and I'm just not. And it was early on when I was just starting out, and I'm like, no. She's going to treat some of her viewers that way. I'm just not going to bother. Maritza, yeah, I like her. I like her a lot. It wasn't Diamond Painting Anonymous. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I lurk in a lot of them. I don't want to. I might pop in and say hi and then just sit back and lurk. You've been a knower by a few. Well, this was more like I wanted to send her something for nothing. When I just started my Etsy shop, and I sent a whole bunch of people stuff, and her YouTube said to ask first. I said, okay, well, I would ask first. So I did try to. And then she dissed me for not using her name correctly, even though she had two different names, like a nickname on her site. And I guess I picked the wrong name because she said she wouldn't even answer somebody who didn't call her right name. I'm like, okay, then don't worry about it. You don't have to. So, but that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter anymore. It's just that my self esteem can't take too many hits like that before I pull back and cry myself to sleep. You know what I mean? I had lots of self esteem problems to work through. But who doesn't, right? We have to be kind to everyone because everyone has some self esteem problems lurking in their closets. And it hurts. If your words are going to hurt someone, don't say them. Say it in a different way or don't say them at all. I my mom said something to upset my cousin this week, and she didn't mean to upset her. She just wanted to. Mom's been my mom's been getting very forthright, and that's okay. Except sometimes you don't need to. You just don't need to be. And this was a case where she just didn't need to be. The situation was never going to come up again, and what's done is done. So it didn't need to be mentioned again. It didn't need to be corrected or mentioned again, and it just hurt more than it helped. And I actually told her so. She didn't need to do that. And I'm not always in this person's corner, but I was that time because it was true. And sometimes my mom, I wouldn't have, she's not a forthright duchy like I grew up to be. But she sure is now that she's feeling more powerful in herself, I guess. Let's see. Wait. Wait a minute. I'm missing a few things. Here, hang on a second. Let me get back here. Let's see. T-Mall. It might have been her. It was. It was T-Mall's live. I don't remember. I watched so many, and Lark also. Yeah, it was T-Mall's live. She was introducing all kinds of like stuffed animals and stuff that she was getting. Debbie says she's a big lurker. Say hi 10 times and no one said anything. Aw, Deb. Yeah, well, you're always welcome here. You know you are. If they use bad language, I delete them. Yep, I don't like that either, Teresa. She uses two names. Some of them do. There are a lot of glitches, yes. Don't say the C word. You mean clicks. Yep, now I said it. No, 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 no. That's a bad word because then they totally ignore you. They will ignore you forever that way. I know it for sure. That's why they all have like 10,000 subscribers and I have 1,000. They didn't like that. I am kind to all people because that's how I was raised. Me too, Deb. Me too. People can be mean. I DP for my health and don't need drama. People need to learn to be kind. Yes, they do, Dawn. Yes, sometimes some people can just be rude to you, know. Yes, kindness is the best. And that's where I choose to leave it. That's where I choose to leave it. I never once discredited this person. I never said anything out loud for or against this person, and I just, to each his or her own. That's all. I would never discourage anybody from liking this person or their channel. Would never ever do that. But I think sometimes we get too big for ourselves. We get too self important, too proud of our accomplishments as if they were ours alone when it takes a group. And I know I've been guilty of that in the past, and I will be again, I'm sure. Our ego likes to drive us to do that. So it's not that we pick on others, but it can be that we ignore them. And I'm not looking for excuses. I'm just saying that that can be part of the difficulty in this type of business, especially because YouTube hasn't been around that long. Yeah, my sister above me sent this nasty text to me last weekend. That's why I was upset. Oh, I'm sorry, Tammy. I called my brother to make sure I didn't do what she accused me of doing. I didn't. Okay, Jen, bye. I'm so glad that you came by to say hi. That makes me so happy. And I'll continue to check out your videos too. I'll look out that new. I'll look for that new uh, rhinestone goddess thing. Well, Tammy, I'm glad you were here to process it with us. I feel very happy that you felt that this was a place you could go to get some laughs and just sort of be in camaraderie with other people who like the same things you do. I'm very glad that you found that here. That means a lot to me. Love ya. Bye, Deb. I don't know if anybody got to see the devotion I put up. Um, if anybody's interested, if you don't have to be interested in it, but if you did see it, um, I just I'm hoping that it wasn't too boring. I had done it last year before I was better at filming, and I um, I am going to put those up. I'm not going to waste them. I'm still going to put them up. The ones I have about 7 or 8 taped from the old ones um, that I'm going to put up. So you'll see a couple more like that before you'll see some new ones, if you want to. You enjoyed it, Tammy? I'm so glad. Bye, Deb. I just want to be an encouragement to people, a safe place to land. That's all. There we go. Oh my. I think I have enough blue gems on this thing to sink a ship. Come on. Here we go. That's okay. That's what I wanted it for. Oh, come on. You were done right after your father passed. Was that recent, Dawn? Yeah, dysfunctional families are no fun, but you know what? It would be hard pressed to find one that's totally functional these days. I think that's enough on this one. What do you think? That's enough? Or do I need any more? Maybe at the bottom here? 21. Oh, he passed in 21. I'm sorry, Dawn. I know how you feel about people passing. I lost 7 people in the last 2.5 years, close family relations, and it's been hard. It's been very hard. You think it's pretty? And then with the light shining from the back of it, I'm hoping it'll be okay. I think what I'm going to do is take the white paint and paint the inside of this yet. I didn't have enough white paint to do it all, but I do now. So, um, Temmie, work is okay. I think they're cutting me down to 10 hours next week. I started at 32 hours, so it sucks. In that regard, it really sucks. I I want to finish getting my credentials back for ministry, and doing um, maybe doing like maybe being chaplain in a nursing home or something like that. I did my early training there, and I can make like it's not about money, but I could make $31 to $34 an hour doing that when I only make 18 now for 10 hours a week. It would be a blessing too because I used to like to do life stories, and I would pick a resident and spend more time with them for a while, and I'd ask them questions and write down their answers, and um, basically make a little book for them, make a little scrapbook. Hi, Ellie. How you doing? So glad you're here. Glad you came back. Um, so basically, that's what I would do, and I would present them and their family with the book. And I did that at least 2 times, and I would love to do more of those. And I could get to know more residents that way. I would lead worship again, which I love doing, and um, I could be more of a help there. What glue am I using? I am using just the dollar store craft glue. I was using, where did I put it now? Here it is. E6000 gel, but I'm running out of it and I have to push it too hard to get it out, and it stays gummy. It stays rubbery and gummy, but there's no smell. And rubbery and gummy is good, except when it's leaking out the sides. This is the purple one I just finished. And now I have to this I got these from the dollar store, and they have little tea lights in them. So I sanded them off the top. Then I put a layer of white glue down to seal the wood. Let that dry. Took the sandpaper again and just went over it lightly, and then whitewashed it with white paint, tempera, whatever. And then after the white paint is done, you take it and lightly sand it one more time. It's just like, that's it. That's all you have to do just to get the fuzzies off. And now I'm gluing up my extra diamonds on. And after this cross, I did just got the blue one done too. I have some that say blessed, there with the tea light in it as well. And I painted the covers of them, three of them. And then I had flat ones. I did 5 flat ones today. I have a lighthouse. I have flowers for photographs. I have tons of stuff I'm going to do. I want to use some of my drills. So, well, I don't want to well, not a nursery, that would be little kids. But older people, a nursing home type situation. Oh, thank you, Ellie. That's so nice. Yes, I paint the glue on. I will have a tutorial video and how to video up in a little bit. I did one on the flat crosses, and then I'm going to add how I'm doing these and how I seal them then. Kind of like the sealing video that I already did. But I use a sponge paintbrush and use the polyacrylic and sponge it on. It's basically what I do. And they take a while, but they're fun. And I'm going to do one on the end of these because I liked it on the last one. Yes, people do love to tell their stories of their lives. Yeah, and those in the homes don't get to tell it to new people. They want to feel that their life has had meaning, that somebody appreciates what they've done in life, and it gives them a very satisfied feeling when you show them their book. One gal, her name was Margaret, and her name Margaret means pearl. So I the book that I made her was called Margaret's Pearls of Wisdom. And I had little bridal pearls hanging off of it, and I would use quotes from our time together and scrapbook them onto this booklet and put, everything was like pearly and pinky and peachy and um, pastelly. And then I had the bridal pearls hanging off of it. And she just went nuts for it. And her family loved it too. And another one lady that I did, she had so many interesting things happen to her when she was growing up. So I did a photo album. She had photos that I could use. So I went through her photo box and said, ask her, what's this? What's that? Who's this? What were you doing here? And she would tell me the stories and I would record it. And then I would do with the pictures that she had, I would scrapbook. And you know what? As we don't take the time to do that with our own family members, I wanted to start doing that with my aunt, and she passed away just a couple months ago. So I won't ever get to do that. She held so many family stories. And she was the oldest one in the family right then. Now my mom is, but I missed out. I missed out on my time with her that I could have spent with her. I missed out on all the stories I could have heard. And it would have been my own family and I missed out the stories on. But maybe I can give that gift to others, and I really like that. And you know what? Older people need emotional healing too. I'm learning these techniques from my spiritual director and my therapist about healing emotional trauma from the past. And it's talk therapy, but it's done in a certain way. And it's being miraculous for me. After only 2 sessions, my fibromyalgia pain is quite a bit lessened. And it's so awesome. I'm feeling more energy. I'm feeling happier than I have in a long time. And if I can give that gift to other people, especially the elderly that don't have, that may just have a few years yet in their current residence, then I believe that's what God wants me to do. I will do it online through art therapy type of classes, which I'm gearing up for. And you guys will be the first to know when those type of things come out, unless in case you want to join. Um, and the gal who I wrote the art and prayer book with, she's going to be doing them with me as my co-leader. She has a certificate in art therapy, and we've done retreat work together, and I look forward to having her on as my guest speaker a couple times to start this art therapy thing. So I'm hoping that it might be something that other people feel that they might need and want. And it's not doesn't have to be art. It's not like you're creating like masterpieces or anything. It's the process that's the important thing, not the end product. It's the process that is healing that we want to do. You'd like to learn about that, Tammy? And every one of us has trauma in our life. Little traumas, big traumas with a capital T, everyday incidents that just hurt that we just don't talk about. Like things with your family that we were just talking about. That's a small trauma, but it's still trauma. And that goes into a lot of how our body reacts to things. And if your body makes too much of a certain hormone or whatever, makes too much of the trauma and you're in escape mode most of the time, that's where your illnesses come from, at least some of them. Not the illness itself, but it gets your immune system down so that you're vulnerable to whatever comes down the pike. I'm not saying you actually get sick from it. I'm just saying you can be vulnerable to getting sick because of living through things that decreases your vitamin B and D and all that other good stuff. And I really, really am eager to do this because it meant so much to me. And that's where I'm headed with the devotions. Even though they're not my best, they were my first attempts last year. Oop, I have to put goop there first. This one is all the clear silver. There we go. I don't know what forums I need to be on to advertise such a thing. I have to plan it and set some dates out. Um, and put my retreat hat on and figure out how to do that from a computer. Did I make everybody go silent? Are we still on? Are we still there? I've been talking too much. There you go. There you go. I haven't been talking too much. Oh, good, Dawn. Sometimes I feel like with this kind of talk, I chase people away. They don't want to, unfortunately. Some people are afraid of facing their shadows. And I get that. It's not easy. That's the only way we're free of them is if we turn the light on. Can't turn the light on something you're hiding in a box on a shelf in the back of a closet. You're kidding up Scarecrow and friends. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I am out of tea. I'm going to have to get one of those one of those hot water pitchers that keeps the water hot all day. I'm going to have to get one of them. And I really hope after all this work that this glue stands up underneath the polyurethane. Oh, I'm going to be so upset if it doesn't. I don't think my eyesight is getting worse. That's really frustrating. I saw your sneak peek humility. It wasn't that gorgeous. I did not expect it to be that gorgeous. When I opened it, I'm like, "Oh my heavens." I'm not really a lion person, but I loved the look on that lion's face. Oh my, it was so moving. You had an emotionally damaging relationship with your ex-husband, and my friend walked me through not being a part of the cycle anymore. That's fantastic. Having friends like that are priceless. That's fantastic. Oh, that lion was so beautiful. The look in his eyes as he was looking up into the light. I am so glad you've been happily married for that long. 16 years. Oh, that's nice. Hubby should be your best friend. They really should be. Mine is too. Though I don't think he wants me to move back in with him. I'm not so sure about that. And we have to decide on what to do. The spring is coming. It's time to work on our houses and get our stuff cleaned up and sorted out and straightened and we have to make some decisions. And it's not easy when we don't want to make those decisions or talk about how we feel about doing this, that, and the other thing. What does what mean, honey? What does what mean? My husband and I don't live together. Is that what you mean? We're on the same property. Um, like, let me draw it out. Move this aside for a second. Okay. So here's the road out front. Okay. Well, we can live together, but we can no longer sleep in the same room together. He's very roochy, and I snore. He snores too. There, it's black. All right, that's better. Okay. Our property is a big rectangle. It's 15 acres. We have a creek running through the back of it. A third of it is woods. And we have campsites and all kinds of things back here. A third of it is the fields that we lent out to a farmer who raises feed corn and alfalfa and stuff like that. Then my parents' house and barn are here, and they have a bump out. And my mom has a beauty shop on the end here, and our driveway is here. Hers is there. No, I should put it all over. Okay, and this is right on the road. My apartment's in the front third of the house, and right now I'm right there, right here in this little bitty corner, right near the road, and that's why you hear the road all the time from when I'm taping. Anyway, my house is back off the road some. So my house is like this. Um, and this is our driveway. So this is my husband of mine. He lives here. So it's my husband, my daughter, my grandson, and my granddaughter. Here is me, and my mom has a huge part of the house in the garage. So during COVID, right before COVID, I moved in with my mom. My mom was sick. She had kind of had pneumonia and stuff. So her tenant moved out of the front of the house where my grandparents lived. And I moved in so I could be right near mom. Then later on, after a year or so, that's when I broke my leg and my mom helped me through it. But all this time, um, my the rest of my family lived down here. So we're on the same property. Now we have this little bridge that goes over between our properties, and we're always running back and forth between the two. Hey, awesome! There you are, Zara. Glad you could make it. I was just showing them how you'll have to look back in the reruns and stuff, but this is how our property's laid out. And my husband and I love each other a lot. We just can't live in the same house. And I wanted to go back and live so I could have more time with my grandkids. Um, but he's a hoarder. I hoard craft supplies and books. So I'm piled. I have a very small apartment and I don't know what to do with all my stuff. And he's got the garage filled. He's got an outbuilding filled. My daughter has the back of the house with the roof over it filled. We have a pool. We have an above ground pool that we share in the back here. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. It's all going to stay on the property. I just don't know what we're doing. We have to make some decisions. And that's why I have to clean out too. So Zara, how you doing? I'll let Zara chat with you a second while I get more tea. I'm thirsty. Be right back. Have to wait for the microwave. Okay. That is exactly how to spell her name, Tammy. She also goes by Aussie, just like Cajun. Debbie Cajun goes by Cajun. Depends on what company she's with. I just personally prefer to call people by their first names. So that's just me. I like to be respectful, and I like my first name. Zara has her daughter and son in law living with them now. So she's been busy, busy beaver. There's my tea. My tea is ready now. Wow, I'm getting more drills on here than I thought I would. That's good. I like them all shiny. Trying to follow the swirls. You know another person whose name is Zara? I've never heard it before until our Miss Zara. Wow. I wish I had more of these. Oh, I'm gonna do those. Get those trays done too. The little cocktail trays that I'm gonna put the painted masterpieces, the flower, the drinks, the paint gem mini masterpieces, the drinks, diamond paintings in the bottom, and I'm gonna try to put resin over top of them so they have a flat surface. I'm gonna try resin for the first time in doing those, but I have to paint them yet. They're all sanded. They're waiting to be glue painted. No, I'm going to have to push you this way. There. The only thing, every once in a while, I have to wipe off the end of my wax stick because it gets gluey and then the drills want to stick to it. Wear a mask. Wait a minute, I am missing something. From a church I used to go to. Okay, wear a mask. For what, honey? I'm just chatting on and on and on, and I'm not even thinking about what I'm saying. I am not even thinking about what I'm saying. Well, oh, the resin one. Um, I'm not sure yet. There are some resins that you don't need the UV light. There are some resins that you do need the UV light. My husband got some of each. So I will show you. I'll put a little tutorial on that as I'm doing it and show you the difference between the two and how I put it together. I have a little nail thing. There's one that you can unfold the legs on and stand it up over top of what you're doing, a UV light. And I think if you look places that nail fake nails are sold, I think that you can get them there, like at Ulta and what's the other, Sally's. I think you can get them there. You can probably get them on Amazon too. And AliExpress has some. I don't know if Temu has them, but I would not be surprised if they do. They are. I got my resins from Amazon when I'm just starting out, and I really have not played with them yet. So, ooh, this is going to be bling-tastic here. I'm telling you. Oops, what are you doing?
This is going to be have more bling on it than a wedding gown. Timu Online has them? Okay. I figured. One I wanted to do across all in pearl. And I can do that. It's just that I need another cross. I'm not sure if I go back to the dollar store if they will have any more left. I only bought 3. I did one in red, one in blue, one in purple, and this one in clear. And I would like to do one in pearl. So, come on. Gee whiz. Come on. Hey, Robin. Glad to see you here. I have to look up once in a while. I'm glad you're here. A hole punch for round top containers. Like what type of container? You can get some really good hole punches in art supply store. One thing that you can use that I love, it's called a crocodile. And that thing will punch leather, it will punch plastic, it will punch almost anything you can throw at it. And it's got big enough jaws that you can put almost anything in. Do you know what I'm talking about? The crocodile? I might can run into the other room and get it for you since I have to get up for my tea anyway. To show you what a crocodile is. The liquid glue I am using, I don't recommend it yet because I don't know how it will stand up underneath the polyacrylic. But this I just got at the dollar store, Dollar Tree. Okay, I'll go find it so I at least I can show you what I'm talking about. Let me get a second. It's never where I want it to be. Is it out here? No, of course not. That's the problem with hoarding craft supplies. You never have it available when you need it. I will find it and I'll send you the link, Tammy. I'll show you the link. Oh, hello, Happy Trekker. Lurking or not, I'm glad you're here. You want to punch holes in paper the size of the caps on the bottle containers. Um, are you talking about these bottle containers? Are you talking about the containers like for pill bottles? Are you talking like for nut can lids? I'm not sure which bottles you're talking about. For that monster J wall and 200 plus drills. Canning jar size. Oh, well, this crocodile will do it. No problems at all. You can find them at Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, scrapbooking.com, Blitzy.com, which is a discounted craft supply place. Blitzy, BLITZY.com. That's probably about the cheapest place you can get it, unless you have a coupon for Joann's or Michael's for the 40% off. There are two different kinds of crocodile punches. One that looks like a leather cutter that you crunch it this way, and it has like a thing you turn, like a wheel you turn on the front that has different sizes and different holes that you could set. It has a setter on it. The one that I have is looks like a big stapler, looks like a big like handheld stapler, and it has a wheel on the front that changes per hole size so that it punches the hole in, and then if you're setting a grommet or something like that, you can put it in right size and crunch it. I will send you links. I'll put also mention the links um, in an upcoming video too. Um, Maybe just announce it on my Facebook group, something like that. I'll let you know. Crocodile is the name of it for sure, because it's got jaws like a crocodile, and that thing can crunch anything. I've never had it not crunch whatever I was doing. It can light metal, like tin and aluminum, any kind of plastic, leather, canvas, burlap, fabric. Did I goop that one too? Yeah, I gooped that one too. How about a labeler for the canning lids? Yeah. I'm using for my J wall. I'm going to be using the Harbor Freight kits and copying the labels onto sticker paper and then just cutting those out and sticking them on the containers. I was going to put it on Xyron, but that doesn't always stay stuck like I like it. My goodness, this is more big bite. Yep. Yeah, that's yeah, crocodile big bite. That's right. Thank you, Debbie. Let's see. Wow, this is more bling than a bridal gown. And I know my bridal gown bling because I used to make them. Oh, thank you, Robin. This is just dollar store stuff and extra drills. That's all this is. You can get your sandpaper there. You can get the cross forms and whatever forms you want. You can get the glue there and the white paint there and the foam brushes that I use. The only thing you can't get is the polyacrylic that I use for sealing them. And that one is not seated down enough. Why not? Probably because I don't have glue there. Come on. I am using the gel glue because it stays a little bit flexible, a little bit sticky for a longer time. I used at first the E6000 gel, and that just stayed too sticky too long. So, and the gel lets me see through the drill. Like I I can tell where I'm putting the drills. It's sometimes hard with the white glue to see if you seated the drill correctly because it gets lost in the glue. That's what I plan, but the sheets square and the tops are round. Well, yeah. Why did I? Oh, okay, I have a dollar store wooden skeleton I was going to do for Halloween. Yeah, that would be cool. Little paint bottles are real cheap at Walmart. Yes, they are. And I need so much more white paint that I will go to, I will probably go to Walmart for it. I need a bunch of white paint, like a gallon. Not quite, but I need a lot of white paint. And I mix it with everything, and I have a lot of tempera. Why did I not, why did I stop making dresses? Well, when I was doing it when my babies were small, I had from, graduated from um, with the bachelor's in home economics, fashion, merchandising, textile science, and I used to do my own tailoring, made a winter coat and that kind of thing. I did. Uh, oop, gee whiz, that glopped out like crazy. Yeek, yuck. How to get that out of there? And that went right through. Okay. My kids were little, and I was doing alterations a for dry cleaner. So I was tired of doing that because you only want to work on other people's smelly clothes for so long. I went into dressmaking, and I did that pretty well for a while. I had some clients who would come back to me. And then I thought I wanted to do wedding gowns. I did my own wedding gown with my aunt. My aunt used to design Alfred Angelo wedding gowns for Alfred Angelo. She was even on Johnny Carson with some of her crazy ideas for Alfred Angelo when she was doing it. That's the aunt who just passed. Um, so I kind of inherited the love for it. I love lace. I love bling, and I love the bridal fabrics. Why I quit was brides brides are a mess. Oh, good night. Good night, Robin. I'm so glad you could drop in for a minute, though. Glad you could be here. Um, Brides are a mess. They gain or lose weight and they expect their alterations for free. I just couldn't keep doing alterations on people's gowns for absolutely nothing. So this is how the silver one is coming out. Like I said, more bling than a wedding gown. So, but it's pretty. And with the light shining through the back of it, it'll really be nice, I think. Bridezillas, yes. And even as a pastor, I like doing funerals better than weddings because you can really be of assistance to people when they're going through a really tough time in their life. Where weddings, it's like, we only need the pastor because they need to sign the form afterward. They need to pronounce, and we want to do it, same way we always did it, and blah, blah, blah. It's okay. Now I got to do the blessings. And what time is it? Oh, it's almost midnight. I'll be here for a little while yet. I want to get started on these. I'm not sure. I was thinking of doing one rainbow colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or light blue, dark blue, purple, something like that. What do you all think of that? One I'll do that way with maybe an all white base or something like that, like for represent cloud. I don't want to do all three of them that way. I could do one. I want them to be pretty. What would you suggest? What would you all suggest for blessed? What colors would you like it in? Should I do it like an ombre effect, like a darker to lighter of the same color? Like dark green all the way up to light green, or dark blue all the way up to light blue, or dark red all the way up to pink? Should I do something like with an ombre? I don't know. Now, do I have this size and everything? That's going to be... You like the ombre? I'm going to do one as... I'm going to do one as the rainbow because people like the rainbow colors too. And it goes with every decor. Then I'm going to do the ombre. But what color should I do the ombre in? What would you guys like to see the ombre in? I need my reds. I need my reds to see if I have enough shapes. Oh, I'm using all all drills. I have so many of these red ones. Spring pastels. That's a good idea. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? The blue, the pink, and the yellow. Like orange to yellow. And the red to pink, and the dark blue to light blue. Yeah, but then that's three colors, and I'm doing one rainbow. Am I doing one rainbow? Should I do one rainbow? I don't know. That was a good thought, Dawn. And again, I have all these white ones. I want to do something to get rid of all these white ones too. That isn't going to be today. I'll use some of them on the birdhouses, on the top, on the roofs of the birdhouses. Ah, Philly. All right, I'll do the red to pink, but the bottom can be these heavy reds then. Then I got this pink, and then I have another pink. Where did I put it? A light pink. I'll have to find it. I'm not going to make it up to that part tonight, but so let me take my ruler. Where did I throw my ruler? And my pencil. And measure. You guys, I am acting so crazy here at home. It's like nuts. Oh, here it is. Found it. All right. So this is a total of how tall? There's where the one starts. It's almost 3 inches tall. So it's a little less than 1 inch in 3 sections. So if I do it like 3/4, and then at 1.5, no, at 2. Shoot, okay, that's just 1/4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, not quite. One, 2, 3. I'll just do that. I'll 2 and the 1. That's fine. One, 2. No, I don't like that. I want it up here. Ay, 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 ay. What am I doing? Ah, that's at 3/4. That's not at 1. I like that at 3/4. And then I did that right above the 2. Let me do this right. Oh, see now, I had this up at the top too. It's 3/4. Schmutzig. Yeah, okay. And up here. All right. Now I'm going to draw a line here so that I have a nice, and I know where the layer goes. Oh, Lord help me. All right. Now this one. All right, that's a little high. I made it a little high on that end. So yeah, somewhere along here. Do the same thing here. Let's see that. Okay, so to the first line, I'll put the dark red. Then I'll do a medium, like pinkish, and I'll do a really light pink at the top. That should work fine. It says here in fine print. So let's just do the base layer first. I think I can get 2 layers across on the base. And I need my thicker, pretty placer. It was, here it is. Ta-da. Yeah, I told T-Mall I would send her some of my, that's too small. My, cover minders that I made. So I'm going to send her these this week. I'm going to send her the one that looks like steampunk. Yeah, I've seen the rhinestone tape. Yep. Oh, I'm just going to glue over top of it. And then these 2 are the ones that I have, they have the wax in them, but they smell really pretty. I put the orange tangerine scent to it, and this is one that I crocheted, a daffodil. So I'm going to send them to Tima, as a thank you for giving us a discount when you order from her. I think that should be like, yeah. What happened there? That one's a short one too. That one's a short one too. I want the bubbles. I want the bubbles. Well, they're not exactly the same size either. Yeah, I'm just going to glue up to that line so that I have a nice straight line across. That's what the line's there for. So that it really does look like ombre. And I'm putting these on, trying to like put them inside each other. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. So that the hollow spots, but since they're not the same size, they're not all gonna always gonna hit up. So that it covers some of the inside of that. You're a flat one. Like that. Yeah, that's the way I want it. I should probably use all the same size drills, and I don't know if I have these big chunky things for the reds, but I will just do the big chunky ones on the bottom, and the rest will have to do the little ones. Sent me a butterfly. Yeah, I did. I did send you a butterfly wax holder. I randomly put them. You won't see the line once. You will, because this is clear glue. It's clear gel. It's not white glue. I could see the line, but I'm only going to glue up to the line and just over it, depending on the size of whatever I am putting down with it. Um, so it's okay. I might even erase it when I get closer to it. I don't know. Come on. Oh, I must have a different kind of, I must have put two different drills together because these are really flat and some of them are really big. So I have to use the same kind of drill all the way across here. Come on. It's a flat one. There we go. Okay. Yep. I don't have too many of the butterfly ones left. I know I gave a bunch of them away. I gave all the extra wax sticks I had, except for like two or three. I gave those away in November. Uh, I only sold a few of them before anyway, so I have to go back and revamp my Etsy site because number one, they aren't letting me put in my new bank number because I switched banks until I tell them what my old bank number was, which I don't have anymore. So they have some of my money sitting there and they're not giving it to me because I can't tell them what my old bank account was, which is very frustrating because I could use that $50 for groceries, for gas, for something. I'm not made out of money. So I will go round and round and round with them. And of course, you can't get anybody on the phone. They're all doing their thing, making their money, but not getting on the phone with anybody who needs them. Frustrating. Well, I'm going to have to try. And I think I'm going to have to go in person because I'll probably have to show my ID or something to let them know I really am who I say I am. Because I'm hoping they don't give that information out over the phone to anybody. Um, I wouldn't think they would anyway. My new bank is so tight on security scams and things like that that it prevents me from ordering sometimes online. It drives me absolutely nuts. But it's a good thing it is. I'm not complaining too much. There's the red. There's part of the red. All right. So, and I'm going to move these over because they belong to a different set. They really do belong to a different set. Now, I can probably do the smaller red ones. Mm, okay. Come on. Oops. I have so many, so many, so many, so many drills. I didn't buy any of these. They all came with kits. Right. Oh, I love this deep red. It's so pretty. All right, now I want a dark red. Oh, they're next to me. I'm sitting here looking for them, and they're right next to me. Okay. Let's see, and those go to the really light pink. All right, I need some of the darker red again yet, which I have plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Everyone knows who Mooney Maid is? I think so. I think so. What's up with that? Something I need to know? Mooney Maid, um, I think she sells waxes and stuff. Am I right? She might sell the trays. Yes, she does. She sells the trays too. Yeah. Were you able to order something from her, Tammy? Oh, let's see if I can get that. That one's yellow. That does not belong with the reds. Come on now. I went to the grocery store yesterday and they were out of my lemon Oreos. I was so disappointed. I love the lemon Oreos. My grandson, I was going to tell you, my grandson turned 13 this week on Friday, this past Friday. We now have a teenager in the house. Mixed blessings to that. Yeah. I I would love to get some of the containers. I just don't. I have enough pens and things. Every once in a while I'll get a new one just because I like to support other businesses, but she put a statement out on Facebook about her health and her company. Oh, she's pregnant. Oh no, she's very ill. But she was letting everyone know she didn't know what she was going to do. Yeah, I like Harbor Freight too, Dawn. Your grandson just turned 15. Oh, I'm sorry that she's in bad health. I hope her pregnancy survives her health. That's an awful position to be in. Maybe she can get someone to help her out while she's pregnant. Or maybe, she can do as much as she can when she feels good enough and have somebody else mail them for her. And that's a tough place to be in. I'll have to put her on my prayer list. I'm getting toward the next layer soon. This is about as deep as I want to take this layer. I'm staggering them a bit. I'm trying to get them so that the least amount of white comes up in between them. I'm trying to stagger them a bit. But I need it full as well. She needs a lot of prayers. Yep. She started her fam she stated her family is trying. I recommended her getting help doing physical stuff, and she can do admin exec orders and just don't worry about anything else. Yeah, the people who um have ordered from her and who trust her will wait until her pregnancy's over. I mean, we have everything we need. Health is more important than anything else, especially the help of her little ones that she is incubating. Hello, Cindy. Glad you could make it, hon. Glad you could be here. You have a whole video to watch in front of you. A whole 2 hours. Um, by the way, I did want to say, and I didn't get to say to everybody yet, that I also want to say hello to Carol and Christopher, Marie, Dawn's here, Bev's here, Linda, Jamie, Alice, Patricia, Marcia, Catherine, and happy birthday, Lita. Yep. I haven't yet sent out happy mail to the birthdays. I really planned on doing that. I just haven't done it yet. Um, I do plan on doing that, and I will have to start. I'm not going to start back in January. I will come back to those, but I want to get some fun stuff made first, and that's what I'm waiting for. Some fun stuff that I can mail you. Cindy, what are you working on tonight? Did you bring a cup of tea or your favorite beverage along? How you been this week? What's up? It's been warm here, fortunately, this week. It's been so nice most of the time. We've had a couple little snow squalls in the middle of everything, but they don't last very long. Not long at all. Here we go. Oh my. At least I'm awake tonight. I'm not yawning like crazy, as has been my dilemma last week. Now, come on, get back in there where I put you first time. Get in there. Don't slush the glue. Doing good, drinking cherry crystal light, working on my mystery kit number 21, the animals. Oh, Dawn, I didn't want to make you yawn. I know, like anytime somebody yawns, I say, cut that out, it's contagious. And it is contagious. Somebody starts yawning, and then everybody yawns. And everybody yawns. Get in there. Come on, you little beastie. It's all right. You're always up until 2, Tammy? I am too. I'm a late person. I tried to get on the late shift at work, but no dice. Why isn't that? Didn't I put any glue over here? Oh, for pity's sake. That's my fault. No glue over here. Okie dokie. Now get back where you belong. I'm serious. I hate it when things don't obey me. Smart aleck drills. Oh my. I am doing an Easter craft chain reaction. Yeah, chain reaction for sure. I don't know. I've just been very happy this week. Very, very happy. And that's very unusual for me. My son loves his new apartment. He's cannot wait to move into his new apartment. My daughter is now the mother of a teenager. And I have not yet wished her the mother's curse. That I wish that the mother's curse is, I hope you have a child just like you were. I've never cursed my kids that way, but boy, have I want to do it on occasion. And now, especially now that she's the mother of a teenager, Oh, it's so tempting. I'm asking for prayers for us here in Washington State. CDC says that April 3rd we won't have to wear masks, but the hospital I work for days says, well, we will have to look into that. We haven't had to wear masks for a long time. Yeah. Teresa, do you feel more comfortable with the mask on? I don't think they would disallow them if you felt more comfortable wearing one. They shouldn't disallow them in that case. They won't. They won't allow you to wear one if you feel more comfortable with one. That's not right, 10. Ugh. Wait a minute. I thought you wanted to continue to wear one. Am I wrong? Did I get that wrong? Sometimes I misread things. I apologize. You don't want to wear one anymore. Okay. Okay. But they don't, if the hospital doesn't know if they're not going to wear masks, is that it? That if they're going to still force you to wear them, even though the CDC says we don't need them? I mean, the cruise ships aren't wearing them anymore. They're not even demanding vaccinations anymore, even though some ports of call do. I think the vaccinations are still an awesome idea. I wouldn't go against that. It's hard to breathe with them. Yes. Especially if you have lung problems. Yes, absolutely. I have asthma, so I know. I know what you're feeling there. They might continue to make us wear them if we want to work. That's not fair. Do you have a union representative that you could discuss this with? I will say prayers for your work, Teresa. Absolutely, I will. They shouldn't be able to force you to. Although, they're. Well, thank you, Trekker, for coming along. And I'm glad you were here with us today. I hope you join us again. And come lurk anytime. You're welcome anytime. Glad you're here, hun. Housekeeping is not union. Oh, union can't help with that. Anyway, well, that sucks. I'm so sorry, Teresa. That's just awful. Well, we will have to say our prayers for you. Well, maybe you should get a union in. I hate to even say that, but you need some kind of a representative to stand up and say, hey, I can understand that they want to keep their patients from any more sickness than they need to expose them to. We all know we get sicker in a hospital because of all the diseases and stuff that are flying around there. And then it's harder sometimes. But, the employees count too. Oh, the nurses are union and they have to wear them also if they want to work. Well, all right then. And I doubt they're going to change the rule for the housekeepers then. That's a shame. It's a shame. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I got the red ones down. Imagine doing physical labor for years and having to wear a mask. I can imagine, Teresa, and my asthma would be screaming. I can't do physical labor on any given day, much less with a mask on. That just. Whew. Okay, now the next layer is the pink one. Well, not the pink one, like the medium pink. That's a huge pink layer. Maybe I should do half and half, maybe. Like, I don't want all of that pink. Medium pink. Get this in here. Oh yeah, nothing like drinking caffeine this time of night, right? At midnight. Now, I should really get the pinks out that I want to use. This is a darker pink. Okay. Then I have a purple pink. Purpley pink. Something maybe. I'm trying to decide how far the ombre should go. Okay, that's lighter pink yet. There's a really light pink. Or is that more peachy? I need to find a paler pink. That's why my husband did everything outside the home, because I couldn't breathe wearing a mask. Yep. I hear ya. I hear ya. Oh. No, those are too big. Oh, those are not the right style. I'm gonna knock over all the ones I just got from Timo. I stored my drills next to me so I could get them easier. But okay, there are the purples. I'm not a pinky person, so okay, there's the rest of the pinks. Sorry if that's loud in the on the air there. I don't mean it to be. We are on such a skeleton staff because so many people had quit because they can't wear the mask all day. I get it. I get it. It's certainly not fun. Oh, now that's the perfect pink that I'm looking for. There it is. There you are, pale face. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. That is, and it is, okay. Yay! Oop, it's on my cell phone. That's why it's not sitting right.
I have more tea left. Okay, now I think I'm going to do half of this and then the medium pinky color. It's really hard to see it where you're for you right now, but it's definitely a pink, not a red. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, I want to do half of this layer as this pinky color. I'm going to just see how far we can go up. Get in there. Here we go. Yeah, I can tell a difference in the color. You might not be able to on the camera. But I kind of like this better than doing each letter a different color. What a great idea, you guys. Did I put any goop on that one? No, I did not. So don't do it. Oh, my husband was playing me some music that he put by for tonight, and one was Radar Love. Do you remember that? He was going to play our song in the midst of it, and that's If by Bread. Does anybody know that one? If a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? Um, so we didn't quite get to that one, but he was so sweet to think of it. But Radar Love was one of my favorites from back then. Golden Earring, that's right. You love bread too? Oh, I love it. Then we listened to Helen Reddy, Angie Baby. Remember the girl who was a little insane, and the boy snuck into her room to do her wrong, and he shrunk and went into the radio. And that crazy, crazy tale. Helen Reddy is like my my favorite. I Am Woman is my theme song. I just that is, until I make my brother understand. And when I was growing up, my brother was a bully, and he would love to beat me up, slap me in the face. He's younger than I am, but he would like to beat me up, slap me in the face, and I was always glad when he was picking on the neighborhood kids because he wouldn't be picking on me then that night. He's not like that anymore. Thank the Lord. Um, but um, but so when Helen Reddy would sing and telling me my brother understand, it's like I was yelling that out. I don't think he still understands, but that's beside the point. I know she meant in the women's lib type of way that we were all into in the 70s. I was anyway. I still am, but anyway. Uh oh, I stirred up something here. You don't remember the crazy one?
I'm more a late 60s, early 70s old flower child. Me too, baby. Me too. Oh my God, she was so great. I love those years in music. Don't know where that is. Well, I was born in 61, so mine are 61, 70. By the time I was like 8 or 9, the end of the 60s, all through the 70s, graduated high school 79. So those are my years. Of course, we played Aerosmith and uh, who else did we play? Tom Petty and Jethro Tull, and who else were we listening to tonight? Like I said, Golden Earring, Bread. Beach Boys were always my favorite too, though I don't like what I hear about them now. Um, family situations, I don't like hearing that about them. So I don't play that often. Eagles, yeah, I love the Eagles. And I'm not talking about our football team. Bob Seger, yep. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. Loved, who else did I love then? We were playing, oh, some of the older ones, Uga Chaka, Anagata Devita, Ted Nugent, Bob Seger. Windflowers was a favorite of mine. I was the youngest of four, born 67, so I heard it all. Yep, we're all pretty comparable in age around here. I think we just naturally gravitate to each other. Like we would have been friends in high school because the same interests and everything, and I think we're just really. I love it when we can talk about these things because we're all the age group who understands each other that way. I'm delighted by that. Delighted we found each other this way. Not Talon. Oh, Dawn. Had an aunt that taught and brought music into our home. Well, that's wonderful, Tammy. Dawn P wants to remain anonymous. Oh, come on, Dawn. You can be younger. We won't kick you out if you're younger. We won't kick you out if you're 80 either. Some people just have old wise souls, that's all. Who were we talking the other day? And I said we would do the bump together. And they said they won a bump contest when they were younger. Don't push 80. My husband and I can start singing a song and we finish it together. Absolutely. Oh yes. Do you remember the song Atlantis? He even played that one tonight. It's like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard that one in forever. Okay, when you said don't push the 80s, oh, don't push 80. Does that mean, 1980s or 80 years of age? 80s. That was me. That was you. That's awesome. I just ordered a snap charm with a peace sign on it for your cover minder. What a neat thing! What a neat thing. I was such a flower child. I had EPA stickers, Environmental Protection Agency stickers all over the place. I had jeans that I embroidered lily pads and frogs and stuff all over the bottom of my jeans. I had those what did we call them? They weren't wedges. They were um, they were real clunky shoes, platform shoes. Yes, I had platform shoes. For somebody who's 5'1", that really worked. My mom made me a mini skirt jacket, and it had shorts underneath it, but you couldn't tell it had shorts underneath it. So everybody at school would be asking me, "Do you have anything underneath that dress?" Like, yes, I do. Platform. Yep. Big bells. Yes, I miss my bell bottom jeans. Ugh. Hip huggers, bell bottoms, elephant bells. I still cannot wear pants at my waist. They have to be lower. They have to be down toward my hips. I just can't. They're not comfortable to me. I can't wear them at my waist. Anybody else have that problem? I mean, I'm serious. Super uncomfortable. You had bells? And Twiggy was in. She was like the model. So we all had to be skinny like Twiggy. Took me years, but I can wear them now. Don't like them though. Yet for a while in the 80s, everything was high waisted, and I was always ruchy. I was always ruching them lower. I could not stand them up that high. They look kind of wacko too when you're used to something else in the 70s. Did you ever see that 70s show? That's what it was called, that 70s show. I couldn't stop laughing because it was so true. We'd have to sit through the crazy psychedelic drug videos that, these drugs are bad for you, and of course they were, but you know, it'll do this to your brain, and they put this psychedelic background to it, and it just make you think, oh my gosh, I'd be so out of control if anybody remember those psychedelic uh, drug propaganda films that we had to watch in health class. High waisted jeans are back. I know. Oh yeah, Reefer Madness. It was like that. It really was. We had one. I remember these people were on such a trip. I guess it was for LSD or something like that. They were on such a trip that they went up to the top of this building and pretended they thought they could fly, and then you'd see all this psychedelic stuff. I don't think that was Reefer Madness, but it was more for the psychotic drugs rather than marijuana. But we did listen. Nope. Well, I don't, marijuana. I don't know. I'm still not sure where for medicinal, yes. I'm not sure where I stand on it recreationally, but is that because of the propaganda of the 70s, or is that because some other reason? I don't know. Um, I just don't know where I stand on it. But all those other hard drugs is just, it's not worth it. It is um, not worth your life. I mean, I'm addicted to chocolate ice cream. That's bad enough. I'm addicted to diamond paintings. That's also pretty bad because it hits your wallet. Hit my wallet square in the face. Okay, does that look even? Can you see it going from red to pink? Does that look even? I have a little bit of the red up to about here, and then it's the lighter pink. Then I have the next lightest pink, and then I have a real light pink. One of the actors, long time ago, said LSD was where it was at. I couldn't believe that he really promoted it everywhere he went. Long time ago. Yeah, I know. Are these lighter or are they just more purple? Oh no, which one did I get them out of? That's not fair. No, it's not that one. It's this one, I think. Of course, the 80s, what I loved in the 80s was I was in college then. My husband and I were still dating, but we were engaged. And in college, they would always play Magic Carpet Ride at the frat parties, and I loved that. And our drug of choice was alcohol as soon as we turned 21 or almost 21. Did you know Cary Grant took LSD regularly? No, I didn't know that, Cindy. No, I did not know. I think this is lighter than that one. Yeah, it is lighter. Pinkier. Oh, thank you. His doctor prescribed it. What did they prescribe it for? That's why I only work with one color at a time in front of you. Good idea, Dawn. In Oregon, almost all drugs are legal now in small quantities. Don't care for that law. Really? You mean even the hard drugs are legal now? That I don't like. Oh, schmutz. Which one did I pour out? You gotta be kidding me. Not this one. It's this one that I poured out. I want to get enough in there. And there's some big ones in there. Of course there are. Careful, they're not all the same size. I was running out of bottles and I put some of the bigger ones in with the little ones. And now that that's together, it's not such a good idea. But I guess I can see them pretty nicely here. You drank at 17, 18 is legal. It's still 21 in Pennsylvania, so the one thing I always credited my parents for is Portland. I wouldn't like that law either, but I must say I am glad pot is legal. Yeah, I am too. Walmart is pulling out their stores in Oregon. Oh, wow. Because of the law. Now, that's crazy. That's just dangerous. I mean, but you're not allowed to drive intoxicated, fortunately. But that means intoxicated with medications as well. So, how can they keep people from driving intoxicated with that kind of law? I mean, with allowing all that business. That I'd be afraid to drive on the roads. I'd be afraid to get into an accident with somebody else who was using. For sure I would. All right. Well, these might not have been the best colors next to each other, but I could have picked it better colors choices. This is a lot of work, a lot more work than I thought it would be. I don't know why I thought it would be light work. They are pulling out because people stealing are not being prosecuted. Well, that's true. It's stupid and causing a lot of crimes. Yep. People are stealing, but you have to realize too that the reason why they let so many shoplifters go is because it costs them more to prosecute than the amount of stuff, than the price of the stuff they're taking. So why would they fight it in court to see that it's prosecuted, the people who are stealing, if it's going to cost them so much more? The Walmarts in the city have this problem constantly. Every day, you see people on the news running out of Walmarts with something, running out of stores, any store. The mom and pop stores just can't make it because of all the all the stealing. And if Walmart lets them steal, why, you know, they feel that they are free to steal anywhere then. And if they have a drug habit, because being allowed all these addicted drugs, they're not only going to drive intoxicated, they're going to have more crime. People drink and smoke pot. Here in Colorado, if you get stopped, they have a machine to detect how much. Oh, Mary Jane is in your system. Really? Yeah, where are the morals, Debbie? I agree. I mean, it's not healthy. It is not healthy. Not healthy for our society. It's not healthy for our bodies. It's just crazy. I mean, I know I sound old when I'm talking about it now, but gee whiz. I don't think it was just because of our health class movies we had to watch. How do the police like these new laws? How are they dealing with them? I mean, we have to pay for these people, for their health care. We have to pay for their addiction centers. We have to pay to fix them up after they're broken driving that way. I mean, it's insane. We all know marijuana is different, but it also helps a lot with easing nausea and pain from other medications that you have to take. So that I agree with. We have to pay for a bag now in all stores. Oh, wow, except on the military base. Just a bag to take home your stuff. Wow. Well, bring your own shopping bags. I have plenty of them. You can always get them from Whisk F, and I have a coupon 5% off code. Let's see. Cracks me up. Nobody has rent money, but they have drug money. Well, that's why they don't have rent money. Right? Everybody's priorities are all screwed up. I think we valued our lives to a greater degree then too. Okay, there's a little pink. I think this one was a little too purple pink to be in here, but it will do the trick. I'll be careful with the other colors and make sure I have them on. Right. Oh, no, not upside down. You're not allowed to be upside down. No, 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 no. Back here. Bags are not available in my state. Wow. So you have to bring your own bags to shopping no matter what. Well, that's one way to get people to use recyclable bags more, cloth bags. I don't have a problem with that. Here's what I find just crazy is that a drug test is required for us to get a job, but you can get state and federal aid without a drug test. Well, that's true. That's true. Well, somebody is bound to say we're discriminating against them as drug users if we disallowed them food stamps and child medical care, and it's just costing our society so much more. Okay, let me see. Okay, it's starting to see a little pink up the top here. Well, those are just my views on things. for what little they're worth. There we go. I hope you can still read the word after these all these drills are on it. That would be a shame if I did all this and then he couldn't read what it said. I believe in a hand up, not a hand out. Sure. Looking at everything that is going on in the world makes me glad I'm getting older, less likely to see the collapse of everything. Well, yes and no. I still trust that everything is in good hands. I mean, I guess the people who lived through the world wars thought the same thing. That must have been such an awful time through the world wars in Korea and stuff. And it must have felt like the end times then too. You have a lot of patience for crafting a diamond paint only because it doesn't require me to do anything but put the correct drill in the correct spot. And sometimes I mess that up. Well, so do I. Night. Oh, good night, Debbie. Glad you could come. Glad you could come stop by. So glad you were here. Anybody else leaving right now? Anybody else saying good night? Yeah, I do have patience for crafting. I do. I can get lost in it, you know? I can just get lost in it. And I don't I mean you all know the same thing. You do that with your diamond painting. Even if it's just, plugging it right in the little um the right color in the right slot. You all have that patience. I like to just if I do freestyle, it relaxes me. It keeps my stress away. I have something to think about other than myself. Sometimes I get too lost in it and I neglect some other things that need done, like paying bills or washing dishes or something. And then everything piles up until I decide to get back to it. And I make my life chaos that way sometimes. So there's that. Good night, Teresa. Glad you could come by, hon. It's getting toward that time, isn't it? Well, I'm going to be on a little bit yet, at least until I get this pink done. I guess you'll have to come back and come back when I either the next live chat next week or in a video. I will show the finished ombre blessings that y'all helped create tonight. Oh my. Get in there. I think before I get the polyacrylic after them, I'm going to have to make sure that all the diamonds are seated well, that they are actually glued down, that I didn't put any over places that I didn't have any glue on, or that the glue dried up before I got them stuck down and all that. You going to try to finish the section you're on? That's good. I'll keep you company for a little bit yet. If I get this pink color done, then all I have to do tomorrow is the very light pink. I was supposed to take my car to get inspected today, and I forgot all about it. I was sitting eating dinner with my husband, and I'm like, oh, nuts. I was supposed to take my car down at 3 o'clock. So I have to call the car place back tomorrow and apologize and say, when can I get my car in? My inspection was due in February, and of course, it is March. So it's very likely that I will be pulled over if I do not get it done. So I better wise up. Oof. Oh, some of these look really wonky. Come on, sit down in there. All right, well, that's just going to have to do. Yeah, I can try to roll it. I don't know if it works as well on these type of things as it does on a canvas. Of course, then having not having tried it, I wouldn't know, would I? So I will have to try that. My favorite video game is coming out with the spring release, and there's all kinds of new things that you can earn and plant and build, and I can't wait till the spring release. I don't play it that often unless it's has new stuff to do. It's the Dinkum one, the one from down under. It's so freaking cute. So I think maybe I'll put one or two of these in my mom's beauty shop to see if she can sell them for something. These are the kind of things that would sell at a craft fair. I haven't done any craft fairs since I started working over a year ago because I do not have Saturdays off. And that's when they all are. And so for Christmas this year, for my coworkers, I took all the keychains that I made, took them into work, and said, take one or two. And they did. I have a few left, which is nice. Um, but I'd much rather give them away than have them sitting there doing nothing in a bag or something. So I'm only ever going to use one or two of them, but they were fun to make. So, and I had a whole bunch of sticker kits that I put together for kids so they could bling stickers. And I had like 3 stickers together in a bag, and for a couple dollars. Oh, it's on Steam. It's a Steam game. It's a video game. Uh, and the little kids that would come to the craft stand would have something to buy then. So that was kind of fun. But I still had some of those sticker kits left, so I quickly did up those, and I'm going to use them in my junk journals. And why not? I plan on using them in my junk journals. It'll be a surprise to come across a page that has a beaded animal on it or a beaded princess. I want to get busy doing more of those too. If only just to get them off of my floor and finished. I think mostly everybody got one of my smaller junk journals in November when I sent out the kits. So I really do want to get them together. So I think I could probably sell some junk journals though on my Etsy site. I continue to do that. I'm going to show this to my mom tomorrow and see what she thinks. There we go. Okay, I'm getting the third color pink on. What are the junk journals? Okay, I will show you. Junk journals are journals made from found objects that you would normally throw out. And you make them into a journal that you can write on. Or an art journal that you could play in. Or write shopping lists on them. Done that too. All right, I need another drill over here, I think. Come on, you. I'll show you one. I have one behind me. Okay, I have the third color on there now. I'm seeing some really dark red ones at the bottom here that I might have to replace. They're too dark red, I think. The next one is such a pale pink you can almost not tell it's pink. So let me put these back in here. I'll show you the junk journals and I'll have to go. Just putting all these away here. Big ones, little ones, doesn't matter. Put them all in here. All right. I'll leave that for tomorrow. So far, and these are the really icy pink that are just barely pink. Show that one. Show this one. And maybe not. It still needs its beads. That one I didn't show anybody yet. This big chunky one. Okay. A little candy box. Okay, I got the junk journals. View over there for now. All right. I'll show you a couple different things. So this is a junk journal that I made out of a candy box. And basically you sew in several signatures of paper that you find. This was a wrapping paper, an old tablet, some scrapbooking paper, some of the a kid's tablet, just plain paper. Let's see. My dad had tablets that said scratch pad on it. Pieces of that are in there. Pieces of coloring book, pieces you painted on while you were out thing, pieces from children's books, all kinds of different papers that you find, pieces of magazines that you like, old hymnal pages, things that you would normally throw out. And that was a coloring page that I colored in. Some of them have them not colored. Just all kinds of things. And you can glue stuff over them. You can write your shopping list on them. You could do whatever you wanted to. And after I put the strings in there, I made some beads, the paper beads in here. Let's see. Well, it came out. Thank you. Other blessed signs could be outlined and filled in. Huh. You mean outlined with one color and then filled in with a plain color? Could probably try that. And then these are other beads, wooden beads, necklaces that came apart before, little tags and things at the bottom, that you just little charms and things. This was a different candy box that I put a wrapping paper, a Jane Davenport wrapping paper on. I even have little wooden rings on the ends of this one, little wooden buttons, all kinds of crazy things. And this is different. This is scrapbooking paper, other scratch pads, graph paper in it, coloring pages that yet to do. So they're all kind of, and then you put pockets in them, you put stickers in them, you take your stamping things in them. This is another one I'm working on. It doesn't have its dangly bits yet. It's charms in it, but this is all washi tape, and that's a doily I put over top of the washi tape, and it was a cracker box. This is a greeting card that was never signed. This is that handwriting paper. My dad had some graph paper that he used to do electronics on, um, writing paper, stationery, painted paper. Um, this was a flyer for something in the mail that I liked, the purple and pink, and has a fold out on it. And you can put pictures over it if you want. That's the other half of that. Other cards. That's that one. This one's a big, fat, chunky one. And I like this. This I might use for part of the cover. I just found this card I liked. I don't have the pieces on it yet, but these were all scrapbooking papers and like tablets that you find at the dollar store for writing things on, and that's all this one is, all of it. So I covered part of it with wrapping paper, and I like this on the top, and I'll probably put lace around it. You can make them like a diary. I often make my own books or make my diaries, and this is more. This was a whole thing that came as a keychain. I think I bought it at, I don't know, Michael's or something a long time ago. These are some of the beads I bought back from Ghana when I was in Africa. They made there. And this obviously is a fiddle faddle box. So junk journals is you start with junk and you make something out of it. These were calendar pages, music pages, more handwriting pages, paper bag, stationery, magazine thing. This is a half of a mandala that you can color. So in here could very well be a diary. You could put a picture over this, you know, a printed picture. You can use gel markers. You can do paints. You can use stamps. You can use anything. Part of a calendar, coloring book from the Daphne's Diary. See, and they came out like that, almost like they were made for this. So I have big ones and little ones. I have 8.5 by 11 ones. This is a big card. Oh, and pattern paper from like sewing patterns. This is from an old Spanish book, teaching Spanish, and scrapbook paper. Anything that you'd normally throw out, you can create into it. Problem is, the problem I have is that I find a use for everything, and therefore I have too much stuff laying around. I have 4 full size binders full of my diary. I started when I got married in '74. That's pretty cool. Um, I started my habit in second grade, and I have every diary I've ever written in, and there's bookshelves full of them. Little ones, small ones, big ones. Of course, in second grade, all I ever wrote was "I hate my brother today," but or "Oh my gosh, this thing was so cute," or "I got my ears pierced," or "I like this boy," or whatever, or "I got kicked during kickball today," something stupid. But um, but that's how I learned to write. So that's cool. You can always look back and see how much you've grown. I write Bible verses in them that I'm reading and that I try to apply to my life. Um, like study, I write down things that happened to me during the day, things I'm thinking about. I rant and rave in them. I do artwork in them, all kinds of things. So, so yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to say goodnight, ladies. I thank you for being here with me tonight. I thank you for hanging out, and I thank you for all your encouragement and your wonderful ideas, and for being part of this journey with me. It's just I am beyond grateful. I'm beyond grateful that you girls are. Hey, sweetheart. Hi, Zara. You just came in as I'm signing off, unfortunately. Um, email when you get a chance. Um, I'll put up another devotional soon this week, probably in the next couple days. I will put up an art journaling thing soon. I have. Oh, I'm so glad, Cindy. I'm so glad you were here. I'll put out some more art journaling ones. I'll put out some more diamond painting ones, some how to's. I'll show you how all these things are turning out after they're finished, and lots of other kind of fun things. So, all right. I wish you a beautiful and happy week this week. Take care of yourself, everybody. Bye. Where's my Where's my mousey?